Wake up, ladies and gentle homies, we have a weird topic to talk about today. So, this isn't really news, it's more something I saw online and I thought it was really interesting, so I did a little digging and wanted to talk about it with you guys. You guys know Disney World, and you know Disneyland and all that stuff, and it's no lack of controversy. I mean, there's so many different things that revolve around its huge, expansive, no one company should own this much power. I mean, it literally has a private army. Like, there's a lot of conspiracy theories revolving around Disney. I mean, what is it? If you've watched Defunct Land, you've probably seen plenty of them. I mean, Moist Critical's definitely covered it as well, which, similar content format to me. So, if you've seen me, you've probably seen him previously. But this story revolves around something you might have heard before, Discovery Island. And a conspiracy theorist YouTuber named Richard McGuire, who had actually gone to it and tried to spend the night at it. Not really the night, he actually was considering living out quarantine there, and it went very wrong, very fast. But it's really an interesting story that I saw, and I dug into, because there's like a whole thread about it on Twitter, which, yes, information on Twitter, I'm sorry, but then I actually looked it up, and he has a YouTube channel, and there's a lot of stuff he actually documented on his channel. So, for context, Discovery Island was actually an island that was closed in 1999. It was kind of like a predecessor to the Animal Kingdom, where people could just go across in a boat. You need to use a boat to get there. There's no roads or anything or bridges. And you can look at Florida wildlife, which is cute. You know, we like alligators. We like to look at silly guys and maybe pet them. I don't think you can pet them. I don't know if that was actually something you could do. But there was a conspiracy that started to rise from it because of the whole idea that Walt Disney was renownedly anti-Semitic. I mean, that's not like a conspiracy in itself. He was anti-Semitic, so he wasn't a fan of the Jewish population, and so people were associating him with Nazis. Where the conspiracy theory comes out of this is people were assuming that Discovery Island was actually an island being utilized by Walt Disney to create like Jurassic Park level experimentation, like genetic experiments on animals for Nazi reasons. There was like claims that he's a member of the Illuminati, which is also kind of strange, but then again, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, so I think it's strange, but who knows, maybe you have some evidence to back it up. But this was a really, really interesting thing, and he documented all of this on his YouTube channel, as I said earlier. So one might be asking, well, it's an island that's abandoned, there's no way over. How did this silly guy, how did Richard McGuire make it over to the island? So he drove a car to the outskirts of the lake and parked it in the woods, and then he took a damn canoe and he paddled over. He was gonna live out quarantine in Discovery Island and learn some secrets while he's there. Like some real Mystery Machine type beat. But that's crazy. Despite the fact that he had acknowledged in the video that there are the presence of alligators and bull sharks apparently in this water. So canoeing over to an abandoned island, which might have genetic experiments, with bull sharks and crocodiles in the water, sounds like a really, really daring endeavor. I'm going to show you an excerpt from the video of him talking about the lake, and I guess mid-paddle, because he's in the water while he records this part.
All right, this is Predator Lake. I dubbed it that name.
I love his enthusiasm. He actually has another clip in the video. Let me show you this really quickly. He's so hyped to do this. I love how excited he is.
Going to Disney Discovery Island next week, and always be ready on your worst day.
So here's footage of him leaving his car in the woods. This is like where he leaves it, which, I mean, it's not exactly that hidden. If anyone were to like accidentally brush their way down the street trying to get down a back road, they'd accidentally run into this dude's van. Although it does look really cool. But yeah, this is when he recognizes that he can't get over any way aside from a canoe. And I love that he does it anyway. Like, the dedication to the bit is crazy. Now, of course, this is where things take a terrible turn. So he was on the island for a little while, like I think a day. And then the cops came. The cops had seized his boat and his bag with all his food in it, and so he had no way to eat or, like, survive on the island anymore, which all he needed was his food and his boat, and he was just gonna, like, look around on the island trying to uncover the secrets, which, I don't know, I mean, if he does, he does. But then the cops took his stuff! Like, what? They actually tried to smoke him out of the situation, which is crazy to me. And, of course, what does one do, naturally, if you are stuck on an island, a death island, that you think might have genetic experiments on it, and the water is around you infested with sharks and alligators? Well, you gather up all the empty water bottles that you can, fill your backpack with them, and swim back across. This man, this absolute Chad of nature, decides to build himself a raft out of a backpack and swim back across the lake. That is insane. He is actually a superhero. He's an action hero. Keep in mind as well, this island was 11 acres wide. Or, I guess, 11 acres of land. And the cops didn't find him when they hunted for him for a day. They hunted for him for a day and gave up around the nighttime. And then that's when they just smoked him out by stealing all his stuff. So this guy is like actually Rambo. He's genuinely like an action hero. This is one of the coolest. I'm not exactly one to support conspiracy theories, especially when some of them are kind of just like goofy. But this guy's just cool. Like, conspiracy theory or not, this man is insane. I like it. Oh yeah, and you want something fun? He filmed the entire swimming session. Here, look at this. Like, this is just him swimming across the water. Dude, apparently there's no cuts. It's just the whole thing. Oh, wait. Reaching land 1 hour later. Okay, so there is cuts. But this is anxiety inducing. Like, you're watching the water right now, looking through the fog, like, do I see a gator? I want to see a gator out in these waters. I want to get eaten. And bull sharks. Like, oh my god. This is terrifying. This is so cool, though. Like, I'm not one to condone breaking into places. I'm not saying I have before. But I'm not the one to condone that publicly in a YouTube video. But I do think this is really cool. I love survivalism. I love people trying to, like, despite all odds, keep moving. That's one thing I love about humanity. It's just we keep damn surviving things like this. And I love that. That's why this story stood out to me so much. But there's still more to talk about. This gets worse. This is where things then take a weird turn, though. And I don't know the authenticity of this part. So he makes it back across the island, right? That part's completely authentic. But then he acts out a phone call, and this could be real, it could be fake, about the police apparently having detained his wife or girlfriend, he doesn't really imply which, and say that they're going to arrest her if they can't find him or if he doesn't turn himself in. And here's some footage of that event really quickly.
You have no idea what I've just went through. They're going to take you to jail if I don't come out and turn myself in. How did they get you? You were driving through in the van and they hemmed you up. Oh, God.
Now, this is a part where I start to question the authenticity fully of this segment of the video. Because the thing is, he does this one trick in show business called a one-sided conversation. Not show business, more like plays. During a play, people get a phone call, right? It's a fake phone, and they start talking on the phone, and they relay everything that the person on the phone would be saying. And he does this. When he's calling his wife or girlfriend, he says, like, oh, they detained you? Oh, how'd they find you? Oh, they found you in the van? And he's like relaying it all, which doesn't sound like a natural phone conversation. But then again, there's two possible outcomes. One, he's faking this part to add suspense to the video. Or two, it's actually happening and he's relaying all of it for the camera. I don't know which one. I mean, it does seem like a bit of an overstep for authorities to do that type of thing. But then again, this is Disney World and they literally have a private military. So now after heavy consideration, Richard did turn himself in. And he got a $100 fine and a permanent ban from everything Walt Disney related in the future. So a bit of a not a terrible thing. Although he never did uncover anything on the island. So he didn't exactly complete his mission. And he's now banned from all Disney things. But at least he didn't get like prison time. That's a good ending. It is really, really cool to see this happen, though. I do love pushing boundaries and trying to push companies that try to stay stealthy like this and hide their stuff. There might not be anything on that island, but even then, just the fact that one man can scare a gigantic super company like that is perfect. I'd like to see that. We'd like to see that. Because one company shouldn't be able to just bully billions of people into doing things just because they have more money than us. Here's one last look at our hero for today. This is right before him turning himself in, supposedly. This is the end of the last video. Now, Richard still posts to this day. His channel still exists, and he posts pretty silly stuff. He's actually a relatively small channel for the, like, feat that he had completed. But he posts so much cool stuff, like nature stuff. He messes with snapping turtles. He's literally just some, like, weird urban superhero. Or I guess not urban, whatever, I forget the word. This is really cool, though. I don't think that there might have been genetic experiments on the island. Disney could be hiding something, or they could be just wanting to defend private property. I don't know. There's a lot of different possibilities, and honestly, it's more fun to believe the crazy stuff, because this world's cool. It's a lot of cool stuff going on out here. But I want to hear your takes on it. Comment below if you have any cool little takes, maybe extra information that I could have missed. Also, like, let me know if you like this story time style content. I really liked looking into this. It was kind of fun, although I do want to keep doing news style stuff as well. My hair's wet, so I can't even wear my headphones, so this studying was actually really difficult to do. But I appreciate you guys spending some time watching my video. Subscribe if you're new. Share the videos around. Share all my videos around. If you have a video you like and you think you have someone you know who might like it as well, share it. As well as, I think we're like 25 subscribers away from 3,000, so consider dropping a sub, joining the community. I'd love to see you around for more, and that's about it. So as always, adios, arrivederci, goodbye, good night, and don't stop uncovering things.